Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to Wrestle Rock with Rick Connor.
What the F was that entire freaking promo about?
Mark Callbacher.
She's like the James Ellsworth of women.
And Cory Kastle.
I look like Paul London and Brian Kendrick mixed.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Wrestle Rock. Man, we are finally getting out of the winter and into the summertime. WrestleMania is fast approaching. AEW's having all kinds of problems, which some suck. It felt really bad. It was a really good pay-per-view that they just put on, and all anybody can talk about is the non-exploding ring.
What a good show!
You guys heard about that?
I actually saw a good amount of the show. It was a really good show, and if you haven't watched it, I definitely recommend the tag team battle royale. That was a fun match, man. And at the last four was a John Silver, Jungle Boy, Pac, and Phoenix. Dude, Phoenix, dude, did you see that flip he went through the ring and completely missed Jungle Boy and went right into the crowd?
No, I didn't see.
You got to see this, dude. The momentum he puts on this flip, he goes right over Jungle Boy's head, right into the crowd. It is insane, dude.
I never get to watch too much of the actual pay-per-view when it happens, just because I don't pay for pay-per-views anymore. But so I try to catch a bunch of clips online the next day, and then very quickly AEW tries to take them all down for obvious reasons.
I acquired the pay-per-view myself, and then someone only recorded up until the ladder match, and then I had to acquire the main event from a different. Which I'm so glad I got to see that main event.
Man, I had some skeptical things in my head about an exploding barbed wire death match in 2021. Long after everybody's talking about how bad hardcore wrestling is for wrestlers' bodies and they have to all retire early, and Renee Young is at home pregnant, or Renee Lafitte, or whatever her last name is. It's just hating on everything that Jon Moxley's doing in the ring. But the match, from what I heard, was not bad at all.
It was really good.
Very good, yeah. And just that ending, man. There was I'm trying to think of another build-up that was that much build-up to just fizzle and fade out, man. Like that's rough. That's a rough thing to happen.
Why'd that happen?
I don't know. Stop plugging your show.
It just happens randomly. But my opinion of AEW for the most part, I mean, I think the fact, like, how many singles matches were on that pay-per-view? One? Like, it's like you have to shoehorn so much talent on the show that nobody has time to, like, really highlight their gimmick. And to me, it's like as a talent, I don't want that. Like,
and then they just brought Christian in.
Right. And then they go, oh, well, we have talent from Impact that we're going to put over on the show. They're going to get TV time. We have talent from NWA that we're going to give TV time to. So, like, the people who work for AEW don't get TV time, but, like, they got jobs, right? But, like, they don't get TV time. They don't get an opportunity to get over. Like, as a talent, I would be like, what? Come on. Like, this is booked.
That does suck.
It's booked like somebody who's just playing video games. It's like not like it just doesn't feel like somebody's actually, like, considering the talent. Like, it's not, to me, not booked like somebody who wants to book a good wrestling show. It's somebody who wants to shoehorn a bunch of talent on the show so they can include all their friends.
That's the way Cody's always booked, man. Like, Cody's started that from the beginning. Like, it started out as Cody and his friends putting on a wrestling show before even AEW existed. And the problem is he's just kept up that mindset all the way through. Bringing in guys like Jake Roberts and Sting and all the people that he knew growing up from when Dusty was in WCW, and all this stuff, man. And now it seems like they're just acquiring talent just to acquire talent. Like, I don't know if they have any plans for Big Show in the ring. I don't know what plans they have for Christian. I'm glad to see Christian doing something. But with Edge back, I'd much rather see Christian in WWE, you know? So I don't know. That's it. I don't know.
I think Corey, we had this conversation probably about a month or so ago about how like AEW is so worried about bringing all these people in, but they still haven't even gotten half the roster over from when they first created the AEW 2 years ago. They still haven't even fleshed out all the guys they have.
Right.
And then then they bring in Miro. Then they bring in, like you said, Big Show. They bring in Christian. They bring, then they bring in the TNA guys, and it's like you're watching this main event, Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega, which are having a really solid main event, doing a really cool, like teasing, like, trying to stay away from the barbed wire. And then when they finally start using it, it just escalates to this crazy like point. And then what happens? TNA talent run in and beat up Jon Moxley. And it's like, man, you never want
to see a run in a barbed wire match. Not at all. Like, that's not the point of it.
But they just have so many people they're trying to get over. It's like, oh, well, we got to have a run in because we got to get two more people thrown in, shoehorned in the show. And it didn't take. It sucks that they do that, but it didn't take away from the pay-per-view because, like I said, it was solid, dude. It was a really good show. It was just a lot. There's a lot going on in the time frame that they did the show. Like the only thing I didn't get to see, and unfortunately, I didn't get to see a cinema match with Sting, and I'm not sure if I really wanted to because I'm not really a Darby Allin fan. I don't get into him. I don't get it. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not. I'm old. Like, I don't get his character, and unfortunately, I didn't get to see the ladder match, which I actually did want to see that. But I think the right guy won it. Scorpio Sky is definitely one of those guys like we're talking about. They started pushing him real hard when they first started AEW, and then he just faded in the background because they kept bringing in more guys. And
Mark, do you listen to Cornette?
I try not to now because I love Cornette, but sometimes he's so negative and so angry. Like, I'll see something I really love, and he rips it apart, and then I just get depressed because I was like, man, I actually enjoyed that.
It's so funny to me how, like, they're pointing out how many people have gotten kidnapped in AEW. Like, it's like a popular angle for them to just kidnap everybody. It's like people are getting kidnapped, and then like a bunch of people in a bunch of different matches are getting put through tables. No one's going, hey, that match had tables. Don't do that. But like, they did tables in the Shaq match, and then right after that, the Young Bucks came out and like did 450s off of stages through tables. It was like, why are you trying to take the business away from Shaq and Cody? Like you're trying to outshine them. Why not do something else?
Yeah, it's funny how they say it's booked like an indie event, but then you go to indie events and at least the indie guys know, like, I'm not going to do the same thing the guy did in the match before me. Right. It's like at least the indie guys talk and figure out what they're doing in the back room before they go out there.
Like, there really is no consistency when it comes to like who's a babyface and who's a heel, and like they want to try to blur the lines, but it's like you're blurring the lines so much that nothing's making sense. Like, I don't understand. Like, they did like a heel faction, which would make way sense, a lot of sense to have this over. It was like Tully Blanchard, the FTR. They had Sean Spears join them. JJ Dillon was out there, and then Arn Anderson, who's the manager for the biggest babyface in the company, comes out and he goes, "You guys are heels. You're jerks to everybody. Like we are jerks to everybody." And it was like, wait, are you now thinking that you're going to be a part of that and a part of Team the Nightmare Family Johns?
I agree with that. I didn't understand that at all. And I also don't understand why you're putting together the new Four Horsemen when you just started reuniting the Bullet Club, like, what, 3 weeks ago? Like, give us some time here. you're putting together so much. And I'm not trying to crap all over AEW because I don't really watch the show too much. But these are the reasons why I don't watch the show too much. Like the hardcore fans are like, "Oh, how do you not know who this guy is? He's in AEW." I'm like, because I don't watch AEW for exactly these reasons. There's too much going on in too little of a space.
There's too many factions. Everybody's got to be in a faction, and every faction has got to have a big old mixed tag scramble, and like the whatever the tag match thing that they did on the pay-per-view, like a lot of people who were in that match weren't even tag teams, and tag teams who are established tag teams weren't even on the show.
Yeah, they just don't know how to allow time to breathe and time to like take anything in. It's like Bullet Club's here. Now here's Taz's group. Now here's this guy's group. Here's this guy. Oh, the Death Triangle just came back. And it's like, Death Triangle. That first of all, everybody thinks it's a cool name. I think it's the stupidest name ever.
Well, there was only 2 of them, so is it like a Death V?
No, they're back. All 3 of them are back again.
But I'm saying in that match, in that tag match, it was just the 2 of them. Death. A, peace up, A-Town down. Yeah,
it's a Death TP. It's a Death TP. So, but like, and the sad part is all the guys in Death Triangle love him. I'm a huge Penta fan. I think that guy's the best.
Mm-hmm.
And and then you got the Bullet Club, the coolest thing that's been around since probably the Attitude Era, and you don't even get a chance to get used to that. Then you have the Inner Circle breaking up. It's like, dude, I just got used to the Inner Circle, and now you're breaking up. And as much as we're talking about this, WWE's no better. So it's not like we're like trashing AEW, because WWE, especially Raw, is 10 times worse.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because we're complaining that AEW has too much going on in such a little time, and WWE doesn't have enough going on, or still has like weird things going on, and we're saying they have way too much time. So it's kind of like a give and take or whatever. Like
that Shane McMahon segment felt like it was 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Dude, that was bad, and no one cares. No, and
no.
I feel bad for Braun Strowman. I think he's a victim of bad writing. I mean, when he was at his height beating up Roman, when Roman was a good guy, I'm not finished with you. Everybody was all in on Braun, and they messed him up bad. And now nobody cares what he does. And it's like Shane's not going to drag anybody into wanting to see that match. Sorry, no. I'd rather see Shane wrestle someone who can actually wrestle, because usually they have to carry him anyway.
Yeah.
Because he's going to toss himself in the ring doing some kind of weird drop kick, or he's going to fall off something. And
yeah, it's pretty much every Shane McMahon. He falls off something or he gets concussed. That's what Shane McMahon does. That's going to be his Hall of Fame induction speech. It's like, oh yeah, I fell off a lot of things, didn't I? Yeah.
Should be a T-shirt then. I fall off things.
I fall off things. I'd be okay with this whole thing if this was leading up to somebody against Braun that's not Shane McMahon. Like I heard a rumor today that this might be leading up to Baba Kimbo, who we haven't seen since Raw Underground. And they're bringing him up, and they're gonna, Shane's gonna throw him at Braun Strowman. Whatever.
Baba Cato. I don't know what you were even saying.
I told you we need to start marking every time Rick calls a wrestler's name wrong, and just do an entire montage of it. Just every Japanese wrestler that he can't pronounce.
I may or may not be already putting together something like that, so stay tuned.
Yes. As long as my Dijakovic on there like 17 times when I couldn't say his name anymore.
I thought about putting.
I literally made fun of his name so much I couldn't even pronounce it anymore.
But how about NXT moving nights?
That's not due to the war. I looked that up. It's actually
I know it's because the hockey is going to go on USA.
Because hockey's awesome.
Okay, I wasn't disputing.
You know what, dude?
The awesomeness of hockey.
In reality, it's not a bad thing. More people can watch NXT, and then more people can watch AEW. Hopefully, neither one lose ratings on that. I'm a bigger I've always been a bigger NXT guy. I mean, last week Johnny Gargano killed it again with the whole entire like therapy session thing they did, was hysterical. Like he was annoying in the beginning. Now I absolutely love his gimmick. The whole Undisputed Era breaking up like really good. But I think hopefully this puts more eyes on both products.
Yeah, definitely. Apparently, it's something to do with there was a couple of times NXT had to be moved to Tuesdays, and they found out they got better ratings that way. So that's what USA wants to do. But my question is, why not move it to Thursdays? Because you already have Impact on Tuesdays. Because nobody's running Thursdays, right? Not just move it to a Thursday.
Yeah, nobody watches Impact. It's not going to affect.
I'm sorry. There's
viewers.
There's so many talented guys on that show. It's so wrong. I'm a huge Swan fan.
I mean, the show's still on, so somebody's got to be watching. And with all the AEW guys going back and forth, I figured maybe it's, they got some kind of ratings boost. But why run opposed when you can run unopposed? I don't know. That's just my question. It's I don't get it, but maybe they tried putting it on Thursdays at some point and it didn't work. So
does it really matter?
Maybe they have.
Not only you're putting up against Impact, you're putting up against AEW Dark. They're on Tuesday night also. Are they not?
Sunday night wrestling, like it would lead well into every pay-per-view if they had Sunday Night Heat was like a NXT vehicle. I like it, but
it's not a bad idea. It's definitely not a bad idea. You have NXT every Sunday at say like 6 o'clock live or whatever. Mm-hmm. If they went back to their hour format, or they can even still do the hour and a half leading right into the pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. And they can still just do the commercials in between the matches and all while people are watching NXT. But then you're looking at 5.5 hours of wrestling that night. Rick would just die. Rick would die if neither one of us can come on the show that day.
He'd be out here shaving his beard for no reason.
Yeah, man. It's a little rough doing a pay-per-view by myself, but pay-per-view plus an NXT, like a 2-hour NXT show, would be a little crazy. But I mean, I'm all for it. I mean, why not? Like, I thought the whole Wednesday Night War thing was kind of dumb anyway. Like, just tossing jabs back and forth was a little weird. But that put aside, we didn't even get to talk about it because we didn't really do much of a show after Monday night last week, which was when Bobby Lashley won the WWE Championship. Finally, after 16 years, we got Bobby Lashley as heavyweight champion. And we saw him this past Monday as well, beating the crap out of The Miz, and he looks good, man. I'm glad we're taking this person as champion into WrestleMania. I think it's a good deal.
How cool is this new entrance with the lightning? Dude, it's so cool. So cool. I think maybe they're going to separate this whole thing because they were talking about, having him go against McIntyre. Maybe it'll step away from that. So I really don't want to see Bobby lose the title at Mania. I think they need to ride this because I think a lot of people are really hitching onto his train right now because the Hurt Business is the coolest thing on Raw. They're the coolest thing they have, and Bobby's the leader and the champion. So and he's awesome. I mean, to kill The Miz in a minute and a half and then have a match on Monday night, and would he beat him in 2 minutes instead of a minute and a half?
Yeah. He's a monster, and it's great to have a monster heel as champion. It always is. It's
is he? It's so weird though. Is he really a heel when he's beating up The Miz?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's kind of weird. Like I feel like it could have been a little bit more. Like cutting after a promo afterwards. It's like that's a heel promo or something like that. Like it is a little too much. Like if there was a crowd, there would be cheering for Lashley. So it's, and I don't know if the, This Is Awesome .mp3 was playing or not during the that whole match, but I mean, it's weird. It is very, very strange to have somebody who's definitely a heel. Her businesses are heels, like they're definitely heels, all of them. So to have heel versus heel 2 weeks in a row for the championship is a little odd.
You know what though? But I thought AJ Styles was a heel, and look what they did Monday night near the end. Like, and then they had they were sweetening the crowd cheering every time AJ was hitting Randy Orton. But Randy Orton's the one being stalked by some kind of monster. Who's the good guy?
The lines are blurred.
I do like AJ just being an ass and doing the whole zombie thing while he's waiting for Randy to go out, just making fun of him. But like, I didn't know who was the good guy in that match. Don't get me wrong, the match was awesome. When he did the calf crusher and he rolled and Randy rolled with him and then just put his hand on his ankle so he couldn't pull the leg back. Really, really smart stuff, dude. Like they're so good together. Both of those guys are just great together.
Definitely.
And Randy's timing whenever he does the forearm, how great he is just to kick the rope every time he goes up for the forearm.
That's always great. The final, the big forearm after Alexa Bliss did her black vomit thing, that came out of nowhere and that surprised me. So that was really cool. AJ Styles.
Oh, black vomit, ram lamb. Oh, black vomit, ram lamb. I don't know why I just got into saying that, but sure, yeah, black vomit.
Black Vomit is like the most death metal indie band name I've ever heard. We are Black Vomit.
Come see us at Whiskey Tango. We go there every Friday night. Black Vomit.
Does that place even exist anymore?
I have no idea. I just pulled it out of my head. No idea.
I'm sure
I saw Breaking Benjamin there once.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool story.
Cool, bro.
That's cool, bro. Yeah, man. AJ Styles is great no matter what, but they do need to establish whether or not who's heel and who's face, or if there's just two bad guys going at it.
Not only that, they need to establish who AJ's wrestling in Mania. Why does AJ Styles not have a match at Mania yet? That's insane, dude. It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see him in like the U.S. title picture or something. What they're doing with not Evolution. What the hell's the name of it? Retribution. What they're doing with them isn't really. Yeah, might as well be.
There's Lucian really, in it.
What's that?
Lucian.
What'd you say?
Lucian.
Revolution,
evolution. It's all the same.
Revolution, evolution. It's a great rhyme, So it's a great. If you're rapping, it works. But
Lucian. Puts the Lucian in the basket.
Insert your prefix here. Yeah, man. AJ Styles should definitely be on the card at WrestleMania, and it should definitely be in a hyped up match. I'm hoping that this Drew McIntyre and Sheamus thing goes to Mania, because these two are going out there and killing each other every week. And I really hope it's not just like a blow off at Fastlane and, winner gets a shot at Mania, the title at Mania, but they went out and absolutely killed it.
What do they do at Mania? What do you do with them? Like, do you do a cage match? Do you do, how do you have these guys, like the way they've been beating the hell out of each other in the ring? Both matches have just been really good if you're into like really stiff matches. They're just laying into each other. But what do you do like after that? Like,
it could be like a last man standing match or something along those lines. Those are usually pretty brutal. It's kind of overused at this point, but I mean, you could come up with something new. What's that?
Yeah, they just did that with Roman. They just did a last man standing match with Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns.
Yeah, they did.
So I don't want to see
it again. I don't care. Do it again. It's better than like an ambulance match or something like that. I'll take another last man standing match. And the last man standing match with Roman and Owens was good, so I wouldn't mind seeing it again. Or come up with a new match. I don't know. Do like a cinematic match. I don't know. Whatever. I want to see these two guys beat the hell out of each other some more. I'm having a very good time at it.
Yeah, like they had two matches so far, and I'm not a Sheamus fan, and I've never been the biggest Drew Mac. I'm enjoying both matches. Like, it's just good to see two guys that like really, Jesus. It's
drag
nights
strip
out,
going
bro. It's springtime, so all the motorcycles are out in the neighborhood. So,
The first day, it's over 60 degrees.
oh yeah, tomorrow. What's it? 70 on Thursday and Friday. Just
I think,
and then
yeah.
Colorado's getting 2 feet of snow on Saturday. Oh, global.
Yeah,
warming.
welcome. Yeah,
That's
some
climate
global-
change. It's fun.
Climate change.
Destroying the planet, it's a good time. Sure.
If it gets more days like today, I'm going to stand outside with 2 aerosol cans and just let them go.
If you give
Bring
me
it
more
on.
days like today.
If I get less winter out of it, sure. Why not?
It's probably coming back next week. It'll probably be like cold and raining all next week. It is
I know,
March.
watch. Yeah.
So what? Like we didn't really talk about it. We just glanced over. What do you think about Christian going to AEW? I mean, you're saying you want to see him with Edge, but like where do you see him going? Like, do you see him like a major face, or does he go back to the Christian Cage character and gets a heater? And I mean, he came out of Christian Cage.
Here's what's probably going to happen. He's going to get a manager or 3, and he's going to be in a faction, and he's going to probably get lost in lots of tag matches.
He's going to start a faction called the Caged Animals.
But I think honestly, it should probably be. Sorry, Rich. Sorry, no,
That's okay.
It'll probably be that he'll get in the title picture, which that's what I think should happen for Christian. But at the same time, their only champions have been WWE guys so far, except for Kenny Omega. Like,
dude,
it's like Christian
versus Kenny,
right?
Dude, Christian versus Kenny would be. I'll pay for that one.
Yeah.
Like, I would pay to see Christian versus Kenny. So
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of dream match. I would love to see Christian versus Moxley, Christian versus Jericho. Even though we saw it a bunch in WWE, it was great. I would love to see it again. There's a lot of matches that you can do with Christian, but you got to keep
I
him
wouldn't be
safe.
surprised if they did some Matt Hardy stuff too.
Yeah, I can totally see that. And they would probably leak back to, hey, we have Edge and Christian versus the Hardys, half of them anyway. They would probably sell. It's like these 2 guys in tag teams tore each other apart, and now they're going at it as singles stars. I can totally see that. Not a bad gimmick, not a bad storyline. So yeah, I say go for it. I kind of wish that they brought him in without the Big Show telling us like a week in advance, like, oh, we have somebody coming in that's like a Hall of Famer. Like, if he just showed up, like, that would have been a huge, like a much better surprise, I think.
Well, I think that that was designed to make it seem like Big Show had like credibility as a broadcaster. I think it was also to tease that it might be CM Punk, like have people wondering what could be happening.
not when Punk writes like 5 minutes later, by the way, it's not me. Like, Punk is so sick of his name being thrown around when it comes to him like appearing.
Yeah. Batista did the same thing, and he's like, no, I'm not going to. Do you know what retirement means? Like, me and a couple of other people actually respect the word retirement in professional wrestling, so no, it's not me.
Not only that, dude, Batista's gonna make way more money staying in the Marvel franchise and doing a movie here and there than coming into WWE and getting his ass handed to him and getting hurt. And I mean, look at The Rock. The Rock came back that one time and tore his muscle right off his pelvic bone. Like,
yeah,
it's not worth it, dude, for the money they're making now. Like,
yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised. A lot of people were mad it was Christian, but like, who was the alternative? They were talking about Kurt Angle. Do you really want to see Kurt wrestle anymore?
He's fucked, man.
I love Kurt, but like,
dude. But speaking of The Rock, have you guys watched Young Rock?
Not at all.
Started? I didn't know it started.
Oh, it started. Yeah, the first like 3 episodes are up. I watched it. It's I definitely think it feels like a little forced, but you understand that it's like a sitcom designed for everybody to digest it. So, it's It's definitely entertaining.
And this is on NBC or the Peacock Network or anything? Where is this?
I just found it on demand, like on YouTube TV is what I have for my cable provider. Like,
gotcha.
And I just found it on there, but I think it's NBC. Yeah.
Okay. Well, speaking of NBC and the Peacock Network, we have a little bit more information about what's going on when WWE finally makes the switch and cancels everything. WWE Network is done after April 4th. They're going to turn it off completely. WWE on the Peacock Network starts on March 18th, which is right before Fastlane. But they're saying it's going to take a long time for them to get everything over from the network onto Peacock. So all the archive footage, all the pay-per-views and all that other stuff, they're saying most of it is going to be up by SummerSlam. So most of everything that is on the network right now, you're going to lose until like midsummer.
I say malarkey. I say malarkey because people forget that I used to be a cable engineer, and all they're using for those shows and all their material is they're using a video on demand pump, which is just a server. So to tell me they can't just connect these servers to the Peacock Network and have all that stuff up is just BS. It's either that or they never prepared to do the transfer over. They just took the money. BS. Sorry. I built Verizon. I worked in the super head end too. Like, you guys ain't going to play this with me.
Hey man, they are playing it with you.
I guess I'll run the WWE Network straight till April 4th, and then we'll see where it goes from there.
Yeah, I'm not concerned with getting rid of it before it's gone. I'm not switching over to Peacock until I have to.
What time? When's Mania?
Right.
The 10th.
That's April 10th. 10th and 11th.
I'd rather Mania be still on the WWE Network just in case there's any like hangups.
Right.
That's what scares me.
Did. When they started the WWE Network, it was right before WrestleMania 30, and there was so much lag and streaming issues that a lot of people didn't get to see WrestleMania as it was happening. And it was a big, giant pain. So, I mean, why not wait an extra 5 or 6 days?
Yeah,
people
are going to miss out.
Sure
right, just make sure the people don't miss out on the premier like marquee event for the WWE. For sure, you don't want people missing out on it. So just hold on to the network for another couple days. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
You think about they think Fastlane are going to figure out all the hiccups before a 2-day event that's actually in a live stadium with fans. And they don't think there's going to be any hangups while they're outdoors on top of it doing this thing.
I know. Jesus Christ.
Oh, it'll go smooth.
We'll figure it out. We got top men figuring this out. Top men.
What kind of men? Top men.
Dude, it's gonna go smooth like an exploding barbed wire match.
Did you see the John Moxley reaction?
Fantastic.
Like promo he did when he was like, "I've seen more devastating crap on ridiculousness on MTV."
I love it. It was just like, oh man, Kenny Omega was really, he's a big badass, but he can't build an exploding ring for crap. I thought that was
the best thing. That was the best thing to do. But the funny thing is, Eddie Kingston's still laying in the mat like someone shot him. It's like well, he was. It's like
he didn't see that nothing happened. He had his head down.
He heard a bunch. He heard a bunch of stuff. He just like covered his ears. It's like, that must have been the explosion. Maybe I'm deaf now. Let's just lay here.
The fans aren't saying boo. They're saying boom, boom. That was an explosion. Boom.
You ever use those things, the little things you just pull the string and it pops all confetti out?
Right.
Yeah. They were louder than the bomb that went off.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
So Roman Reigns candles. Roman candles.
When candles reigns. I don't know. There's something there.
Yeah, there's something there.
There's something there.
Speaking of Roman Reigns, I only got to see a little bit of it. Does any of it, you guys think there's going to be a 3-way dance at Mania? Does any of it starting to look like that's what's going to happen?
Yeah, it's going to be Daniel Bryan, Edge, and Roman in a 3-way probably.
Yeah, and I think Edge is going to end up pinning Daniel Bryan. I got a weird feeling, but everything just points to Daniel Bryan being part of this match at Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why they would do that instead of just having the one-on-one, but I don't see it as the worst thing to happen because they're 3 of the greatest wrestlers on the roster right now, and they're all 3 of them are very creative, and I know that they can make something work. And after Fastlane? After Fastlane, they only have a couple of weeks to put together like a really good storyline leading up to all this. Other than that, just building on what they already have between Edge and Roman. So I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a good build up or a good lead up to Mania or not. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. We're going to have to wait and see what happens at Fastlane on the 21st, I think. When Fastlane is. Couple weeks, week or so from now. So
excuse
bless
me.
You.
Thank you.
Okay. Hit the save button, you jerk.
So I just have a question though, Rick. When you folded your headband, did you make sure those 2 points did that so it looks like you have an antenna coming off the top?
I don't think you had that in mind, but it does look like little devil horns.
Yeah, I don't know. I got an oversized bandana accidentally, and it's just like it runs down like a freaking ponytail. It's crazy, but it doesn't sit like a regular bandana, like a regular bandana would. I just have to fold it out more, I guess, next time. I don't know. Now I'm all self-conscious about it. Thanks,
no,
Mark.
You're free from judgment, sir. Let your free.
I got problems in my life that I have to worry about how my bandana's folded. Thanks.
If you fold it 2 more times, it's the World Trade Center burning. Remember that old theory?
$20 bill.
If you fold $1 like 20 times.
Right. I remember that. I could probably still do it.
You may ever make a mushroom out of George Washington's head?
That's from Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Hall of Presidents.
All right, let's do what we do always. Let's do what we do every week and shine that spotlight on a certain someone that shined brighter than any other star this week. Let's do it with a segment called Who Wins Wrestling? Who wins wrestling? Blah, 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 blah. Who's got one? Who wants to go first?
I'm going with Bobby Lashley. I have to, man. I winning the world championship, coming out, and they do the rematch, and he destroys the guy in the same amount of time he beat him without lumberjacks. The new entrance, it looks like they're really gonna start building something around him. And like I said, he's the hottest wrestler with the hottest faction in wrestling at the moment. There's no other way to put it. And he's a guy who deserves to have the title.
Absolutely. Cory, what do you got, man?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Mark, and then I'm gonna get into my pick. But I'm gonna say, like, he carries himself like he's the world champion in wrestling, and that's something that is so rare, and it's amazing representation for everybody who wants to be something in the world. It's really great, and I'm really happy for Bobby Lashley. That being said, I want to say who I picked last week. I want to say Apollo, because the the promo that he cut, the amount of time that he was given, and the character development that he's working on, the fact that he's got like these militia members, and he's sort of like, you know, he's kind of got like a backup while he's kind of like talking about like going into more of a character than he ever had the opportunity to do, talking about like him trying to, and it almost being like, oh, well, this accent's brand new because I was hiding it to be like everybody else. That's neat. I like it. And I hope it goes somewhere really cool. I mean, I hope he throws more stairs on people, and it's implied that he hurt them.
The whole Apollo Crews thing is absolutely fantastic. I love Cory, you covered it perfectly. The whole new accent, the whole new with the scarf and the flags, and he's got two soldiers sitting there with him with guns, and you know they're just ready to kick some ass. Like it's
they didn't have guns. That would have been cool.
They have guns. In my mind, they have guns. They're just standing there looking like they're ready to kick some ass, and it's fantastic. Bobby Lashley thing is the hottest thing going right now in all of wrestling, if you ask me. The dude's a beast. I love what they're doing with the world title. If you The Miz notwithstanding, if you look at the last three champions that held that title, it's been Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, and Brock Lesnar. All big giant dudes, man, and Randy Orton too. But don't make my point for me. if you go through those three guys, like those are the big beats, man. Those are the big, like, larger than life characters that are like really hard to beat, and you kept that title reign going for a long time. So I'm hoping, like we talked about it earlier, I'm hoping that we that we don't see the end of this reign happen at WrestleMania, even though it might be the feel good moment of that day with McIntyre winning or whoever's going to win it. But getting to my Who Wins Wrestling, I want to throw in Peyton Royce, of all people. Really surprising me this week. She was on Raw Talk, and she had a really great promo. I love Raw Talk and Talking Smack when they just go out there and let loose, because that's when you start seeing who they think their character is, and it's all unscripted promos and things like that. Her and I think it was Mandy Rose and Morgan maybe that were out there talking to Charlotte Flair, and it's like, yeah, just because Charlotte Flair said that she wanted a shot at Asuka at Mania doesn't mean she automatically gets it. Like, where is that written? And like all these women are coming out of the woodwork saying, hey, I want a shot at Asuka. I want a shot at the championship. And Peyton Royce just had a really good promo saying, you know, hey, I've been in this company for a long time, and I know that I'm better than 90% of the, or 98% of the women that go out there, and I have to sit in the locker room and watch the same thing over and over and over again. And I know that the other 2% of the people out there, I can give them a run for my money. So everybody shut the hell up and give me Asuka. And it was a really, like, it wasn't like the hair flipping, you're a loser type of promo that she usually cuts. So it was like really like pissed off and just getting really candid with it. So I was really impressed. She really impressed me this week.
Well, she should have filled in when Lacey Evans dropped. They just dropped the match instead of letting Asuka wrestle her. And, God forbid we give a spotlight to someone that's not Charlotte. Like,
yeah, right.
Can we even talk about that mess today? I mean, last night, Jesus.
I think we killed that Who Wins Wrestling segment, y'all.
Yeah.
But
how it's done.
You have Mandy Rose and what's her name, Dana Brooke out there, and then now Charlotte's making the matches. Is that what's going on?
I don't know.
These two girls are saying they're good enough for the title picture, and Charlotte's like, "Well, you have 5 weeks to prove that to me." Walks away. He's like, "You're not even the title holder."
Why is anybody proving anything to you? Nobody. You're not booking anything. What the hell?
Dude, it was so bad.
But I'm glad that they're pointing the direction at somebody who's not Charlotte. They're pointing the title. It's like, hey, it could be this person. Let's build up something instead of just going, oh yeah, we're doing Charlotte versus Asuka again. So I'm glad that they're at least trying something new. Yeah, man. with the tag team titles too. I don't know what that debacle was on NXT with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, but apparently something's going to happen on NXT regarding that, with Adam Pearce being on NXT and all that other stuff. Regal's supposed
like a Raw referee. I didn't watch the match, but I heard the results of it.
Yeah,
there was like a Raw ref or something.
Yeah, Adam Pearce came down and one of the refs got knocked out, so Adam Pearce came down through a Raw referee in there, and made a bad decision. There was somebody in the ring that wasn't legal, and that person passed out to Shayna Baszler's whatever that choke thing is, and so it was a big botch and a big shamaz or whatever the hell it's called, whatever.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it was supposed to appear as if it was a botch, but using that word maybe not, because a botch is an actual mess up, and it was just supposed to appear. Yeah, schmazamania.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I get mixed up sometimes. So what words are? But so
what are words?
William Regal's supposed to be out. What are words? What are words even? Regal was supposed to come out this week and make some kind of big announcement. I'm assuming it's regarding the tag team titles. It's saying it's one of those.
Honestly, I think it's just the switch to Tuesdays. I think what the big announcement is. Everybody knows about it already. He's like, we're switching to Tuesdays. It's like, yay!
Yeah, hooray! What else I got to do with anything, Regal? Man, I don't know, and it'll be interesting to see, but I don't know. Gonna have to wait until tomorrow night to find out. But I think we're about done. I think we pretty much covered anything, unless you guys got anything else that I missed. I think we're pretty much covered for the week.
One point I did want to make. So when it comes to criticism for AEW and for the All Elite roster and Tony Khan's booking, the fans of All Elite Wrestling cannot take constructive criticism well, and even the wrestlers in All Elite can't take constructive criticism. It's like I'm like, you can do better than you're doing, and you can make it like you have the means to not get lost in the shuffle, but like, what do I know? What do I know? I've never been a TV wrestler, so I must be somebody who has no idea what I'm talking about. But like whatever. Remember me telling you that like Chris Jericho like quoted my tweet, and then like I got attacked by tons of All Elite Wrestling fans. It's like, it's like, do you not understand? Like, I'm only speaking from, like, I'm sure this is what's going on. I'm not going, oh, this sucks, and they suck because they're not doing it right. It's like, yeah, I don't understand where like AEW has this like Teflon in their fan base, and like they've never even broken 1 million fans. It's like you're just going to continue to cater to those fans who are going to be watching it anyway, and you're not building your audience. And I don't think you can build an audience when you just like shoehorn people into matches and like don't carefully book things.
Yeah.
And I think, having Dave Meltzer on the payroll is kind of not a good move for All Elite, unless they want to let him book it. Sure, let him book it.
That's something I forgot that I want to bring up. What is going on with Brian Alvarez? Dude, everything WWE does, no matter how good it is, he smashes it, screams, drops F-bombs, the whole nine. AEW does something stupid, he turns around, it's like, is Figure 4 Wrestling on their payroll now?
I think that it's like what's the InfoWars guy?
InfoWars?
Alex Jones.
Alex Jones. It's like like AEW is like the InfoWars Alex Jones of pro wrestling. Like the people who buy it, it's like the conspiracy. They're just they're like, this is our thing. Don't take our thing. Don't try to hate on our thing. We love this. And it's like, yeah, I also want to love it. I love this business too. And I'm saying, like, as somebody who's in it, I want to see it better for the sake of my brothers and my sisters, my family in this business. I want to see, and I don't have any real family in this business, but I'm saying, but these people who are my kin, these are my people. I just want to see them have better opportunities to get over. And tons of people are signed and tons of people are making a living, but no one's like killing it, except for like I don't want to even say the inner circle because it's not the faction, the inner circle, but I'm saying like the friendship loop. The friendship loop is the opposite of the death triangle. The death triangle, the friendship circle.
All the different shapes. All the different shapes in AEW. Yeah, I know what you're saying about like the dirt sheets and stuff like that getting involved. Like Conrad Thompson is involved now somehow. Like why? He's nobody. Yeah. He's a guy with a podcast with a stupid accent. Like why are these people around? Why are these people involved at all? Like got people on the payroll that shouldn't be on the payroll. If you're a good enough company, you don't need people, with podcasts to put you over. People with podcasts should just be like this is their opinion, like what we're doing. And we shouldn't be criticized for it, or anybody really shouldn't be criticized for having their own opinion. It's one thing if somebody's coming out and constantly crapping on something, and they're tearing it apart, and you love it, but then just don't listen to that. You don't have to listen to that. We talk about what we love way more than we talk about what we don't love. So everybody else can chill.
I just brought it up. I think it was last week they reviewed, and I think they reviewed Lashley winning the world title. And Brian Alvarez ripped every part of it apart because Miz wasn't this and this wasn't that. And it's like, dude, we all understand Miz Weasley won it. He did the whole Weasel act. Yeah, it took 3 tries from but there was no positivity in anything. And he tacked all the book. It's like, dude, you're breaking down probably one of the like coolest thing that's happened in months. And he tore it apart. But then you bring up something about AEW. And that's the other thing, too, is like they actually get to interview the AEW guys when they can't with WWE because WWE screens all their people and they're only allowed to be interviewed. So it's like, dude, like this bias is starting to get like real. I don't even watch Figure 4 anymore because it just popped up on YouTube and I just decided to pull it up. But like it's really like there's definitely a severe bias going on here.
Well, and it's even in the name of it, the name of the company is all elite. It's like the elite is. It's like it's not all inclusive. Like it's really like It's not. It doesn't feel very meritocracy. Like it doesn't feel like a meritocracy. It definitely feels like you buy into it and you like drink the Kool-Aid real hard and then they'll like pay you for it. And that's weird. and sure, I'll sell out. I will absolutely sell out. I will sing the praises of AEW if they'll ask me to, sure. I'll go get lost in a scramble tag match. Sure. I'll do that. Not something I ideally would like to do, but I would like to be seen on a big stage like that and get my name out there. Sure. I mean, but I would absolutely like to be able to get my name out there on a main stage and be highlighted and be able to, accentuate the best parts of my gimmick and do that in more than just 3-minute intervals so that the next person can come in, get their 3 minutes in, and then my minutes are already forgotten about because the attention span. So
yeah, I agree.
Just pay me for good reviews, AEW. I'll do it.
Right. Yeah. I'll sell out in a heartbeat. Do you want good reviews? I got them for you, man. I can get them all day. Put Wrestle Rock on the payroll. We need WWE to hire us for creative, and AEW hire us for the good press.
Then we can talk bad about our own creative.
Yeah.
Can you believe the crap that they're doing over there in WWE? We wrote.
I think that's about it for this week, man. Cory, let's hit us with some plugs, man. What do you got?
Like I say every week, you know, you guys are digging the show. You like what we got going on. Let us know you exist. Comment on the video below if you're watching us on Rick's YouTube page. If you like listening to me, check out my podcast, Evolving with Cory Kastle. Also available on YouTube. Now that's youtube.com/Cory Kastle, CoryKastle. Follow me on social media, Twitter and Instagram at the same @Cory Kastle. If you're watching the YouTube screen, it's right here. And if you subscribe to my podcast on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, you'll get new episodes every single Monday at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 12 p.m. That is noon. And man, keep on loving what you love, and don't get upset if somebody tries to criticize it, because they're not trying to bash you. Well, maybe some people are, but I'm never trying to bash anything. I want to raise us all up. That's why my podcast is called Evolving with Cory Kastle, because I want to build things into a better growth pattern. So
Cory's getting all hot here. Mark, what do you got, man? Before Cory blows that pain in his head.
TBD. I've been talking to a couple industry guys. They're starting some kind of show, and looks like I am going to be like a rotating mic or like a fill-in type thing. I'll let you know. He gave me the name of the show, and I forgot it because I kind of drank a lot on Saturday.
When you say industry people, what industry are you talking about?
The bar industry.
Okay. It was just like, a lot of top men.
We're a lot of bar people, and mainly actually like venue bar people, like music industry and all that. So we're gonna see where this goes. I have to talk to the main guy. They just spent like $2,000 in video and sound equipment. So I got to see what they're trying to do. But actually, I should text that kid and see what's going on. But to be determined if I'm going to be on there or not.
Nice.
I look like I'm going to be like a fill-in guy and and possibly a rotating mic.
Well,
cool.
I'm happy for you. I'm excited and optimistic, and I hope that I can hear it. So everybody look out for that.
For sure. I'll let you know.
Definitely. That's very, very cool, man. Mark might be getting back into the podcasting game. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, please check out RASSLERock.com. Check out all our past episodes that we have on YouTube. That's on RASSLERock.com. All our past episodes, you can get there from there as well. And check out our merchandise store on there, where 100% of all proceeds go to, let me see if I can remember the name of it this time. Nope. They go to a specific charity.
Partners in Health.
Partners in Health. I always think it's Project something, and I'm always wrong. But it's Partners in Health. You're absolutely right. 100% of all those proceeds on everything on the entire store go to Partners in Health. So they're helping out a lot of people all over the world who are very, very sick. So please go and help out. And I think that's all we got, right? I think that's all we got, folks. We're going to wrap up this episode of Wrestle Rock. I am Rick Connor.
Mark Hotwalker.
Cory Kastle.
And let's take it out like we always do with Minister Nick Burke.
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Join us again for another episode of Wrestle Rock. This has been Jay Davis speaking.